Hello and welcome to another episode of docrafts TV. On the show today we have Lou Collins and she's going to be showing us how to make a phone or MP3 case using capsule spots and stripes felt. But before we get to that, I just want to show you a little sneak peek of what's in Creativity September issue. Now this little pumpkin is made using the Paper Mania Capsule Spots and Stripes Jewels collection. Now this new collection is got these beautiful purple and teal shades, perfect for Christmas or all-round crafting. And again, it's the popular capsule spots and stripes that we all love. And you have the matching buttons and twine and felt to match for all your day-to-day crafting projects. Hi Lou.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Lovely having you. So what have you got for us today?
I've actually got an MP3 case, which is ideal for men, teenagers, women, some women have them. So I'll get started. Just using this felt from the capsule collection. I love it. It doesn't stretch like some felts do.
Yeah.
You can buy some of the other felts, they can really get distorted as you're trying to use them. But this is brilliant, it's really strong, sturdy felt.
Yeah.
And what I've been using is a white pen,
Okay.
any white gel pen, just to measure around your MP3 player.
So I guess you wouldn't want to use kind of a black or permanent marker for this. It would be something that's quite subtle.
No, the only reason I use white is because we've got some dark coloured felts. Like I've used
Yeah.
a brown here, it shows up really well.
Yeah.
So you could use a black if you're going on the brighter colours. But what you need to do is measure around your device. The two sides and the bottom need to have around about 1 centimetre.
Okay.
Get some nice sharp scissors.
Yeah.
What you're going to need to do is 4 of these.
Okay.
4 sections. When you do the back 2, they just need to be rectangles. So this will be a front section. When you cut your back section, you need to leave a little tab. As you can see, I've left a little one that's joining the back section. So one of the 4 needs to have a tab. It's about 1 centimetre wide.
Okay.
Into the middle. So there's your front and back.
Okay.
And then you just do 2 identical pieces like this for your centre. So I think we're going to show some die cutting, because what I've done on the man's one is I've die cut some cogs there.
That's lovely.
All I've done is I've cut the cogs out and then I've put them straight back on with a slight gap, just so you can sort of see the silhouette of them.
Idea. You get that two-tone, don't you? See, so you just line them cutting edge up, are you then?
Yeah, we'll just pop those on there.
Yeah.
Cutting edge.
I've got the cutting plate.
It's a little plate.
Shim.
Very strong.
And the top. Okay, so what's that set on? Is that 5?
For felt, that's
5.5.
I think it's about 5. Obviously, it depends on your die, but using these dies, that's 5. Here I can feel it, it's got really tight, so I know it's just gone past the dies.
Yeah.
So before I go any further and the dies wiggle a bit, I'm going to come back
Okay.
and go back through. There we go.
Lovely. Look how
And
neat
that cuts
that
out
cut is.
perfectly.
Yeah, that's what's so great about this machine. It's such a detailed die as well, to be able to cut things like felt and fabric so cleanly.
This is where I've cut out my cogs.
Okay.
I've got a large cog and a little cog.
Yeah.
I've got my 4 pieces that I was talking about. So I've got the back one with the tab on, 2 middle pieces, just plain rectangles, but a different colour, so you get that contrast.
You know, great colours for mail mix, aren't they? And
these are brilliant.
it'd make a good gift, wouldn't it, for birthdays and Christmas and things?
So if you layer them up, what I like to do is with my hot glue gun, is just add a little bit of glue between the 2 layers. It stops them fidgeting about while you're trying to...
So no need for pins then?
No. Just a little bit. It's not going to show.
Lovely.
I'll pop that on. Now again, these edges don't even need to be perfectly straight. You're going to stitch around them, that'll hold them all together.
Yeah.
Now to get my string, what I've used is the baker's twine.
Yeah.
I think this one came out of the Gorgeous range.
The black one, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but what I'm going to do is untwist my length by simply separating the black and the white. Of course, you can do this with any of the twine, they've all got white in.
Yeah,
white
that's a
in
very
them.
clever idea.
So then you're left with just your white, and that's thin enough then with a darning needle to sew. So here's a bit.
Here's the
I've
tricky
done a
bit,
nice
doing it.
long bit. It does take a little while
Yeah.
to untwine quite a long bit. So what we'll do, line these up. Just going to start at the top and go through all 4
And that's
pieces.
just a basic over and under stitch.
It is just basically go over, because we're going to tie a knot in the first one. Now this is going to take me just a little time to stitch around the edge. So once it's all stitched around the edge, All I've done is glued on my cogs.
Is that with the glue gun as well?
That is with the hot glue gun. I find wet glue takes too long to dry, and the felt seems to soak quite a lot of the moisture up, so it doesn't stick quite so well, but hot glue dries instantly, holds it really well. I've stitched on a button there, and the way I did this little slit here for the button, folded it over, made a little snip with the
very
scissors.
clever.
Very easy. But there is another way of joining your edges without actually stitching. That's what I've done on this girly one. So here we go. I've already got my 4 layers ready for you.
So that's the same as what you did before then.
Yeah. But what I've used here is the screw hole punch. I love this. So again, we're going to glue 2 pieces together. I've started it off to show you. If we glue the 2 pieces just together slightly so they don't move about. Make sure I line my holes up that I've already made.
So there's no need for any sewing at all then in this one?
No, not on this one, no. So this is definitely brilliant for children. If you want to make the holes for them, they can sit and join the felt together. So I don't use a glass mat with this. I know a lot of people have glass mats, but I do find that this slides about a bit. So
so that's the self-healing Xcut mat.
Yeah. So I've got one of the smaller tools in there. I'm just going to push down. I do it twice to make sure I'm through. Yeah. And there you go.
So I guess if you wanted a bigger hole, you just pop the bigger nib on the end.
But the good thing about this felt is you can cut it quite thin before it starts to fall apart. So we can cut fairly thin strips.
That's going through really easily, isn't it?
See, and if you do that all the way round, and then when you've done all of them, lay your case together and take a pen. Just go through each hole with a pen, any pen, because you're going to cut the hole out, so it doesn't matter what colour it is. So here's some strips I've started to cut already. I like to alternate the strips, so you have a few. So
this is great for your leftovers as well, isn't it? Nothing goes to waste.
Yes, when you've got a piece like this, you think there's nothing you can do with it. There's still plenty you can do.
Definitely.
Okay, I use an embossing tool to poke this through. You don't want anything too sharp. Okay. Some people use a pokey tool. They call it a pokey tool, and that can go right through the felt rather than pushing it. Yeah. It will actually go through. So if you just pop about 1 centimetre along, you want to put your pokey tool through the hole, and you'll see it's started to come through. So just push it through a little bit more. The bigger the ball on the end of your embossing tool, the better, because you're not likely to damage the felt at all. And it's through. We're going to tie that in a knot. I do a double knot, but I don't tie it too tight. You don't want to distort the shape of the case. Give it some movement so you can slot your MP3 player in there simply. Okay, and then any long ends, we're just going to snip off with the scissors. There you go, so you do this all the way round, add your button and your flower, and you've got a girly one. Lovely, and then this is all from the Capsule Jewels collection as well, then the pleated flower and the buttons. You get all the coordinate. Well, thanks, Lou. That's really great. Thank you. And if you haven't managed to catch all of this today, all the instructions will be on docrafts.com, so you can go back and just check the measurements and things like that. So thanks, Lou, and happy crafting.